Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Serena, and I'm the president of UCL FinTech for this year. I'm very, very excited to introduce this event, which I think might actually be our final event for the year. So this is a very exciting one. Obviously, I'm going to let him introduce himself and do his magic. But here we have Jim Hitch, who is a founder and COO of Casedo, which is a company that we've been working with this year. You've probably seen some of our other events with them. And I think Jim has some very exciting things prepared to say today. Jim, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go, I hope.
Perfect. All right, then I'll let Jim take it away. Off you go, Jim.
Thank you very much. Now, I'm not quite sure how to use this piece of software quite yet. So what I'm going to do today is, the title of this is how to elaborate an investment idea. And actually what it is really, I'm not an investor of any sort. And what I'm trying to do is I want to show how to use our tool to bring together some ideas in order to make decisions. And I picked some ideas for investments. I'm probably speaking to a whole load of GameStop millionaires at the moment who are probably not that interested, but I'm looking at something a bit more esoteric. So let me just share my screen and see where I are. Excuse me. Okay, here we are. I think I've shared the screen now. Okay, so what I've got here is, if I keep looking off to the left, that's because I've got a whole set of, I've got another whole screen on this side here, but I wanted to put it onto my laptop below the camera, just so you can see what I'm looking at, and it's not on some sort of 35-inch massive screen. So I'm looking beyond losing out on GameStop, like a lot of us have. I was looking to think, okay, so what sort of investments would I like to make coming up? What sort of things are interesting? And I want to make some kind of research pack in order to be able to do that. When I was thinking about electric cars, we've got smelly old diesel outside, and how lithium and batteries might be a good thing to look into for investment. So I was looking on the FT, and I found some interesting articles. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the articles as PDFs, and then come work with them from there. So I've got a couple of articles I've spread out here already that you can see. I'm just going to go and find them here. There we are. Let's save them as PDFs. I've got a file already for my research here. Save that one there. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. This one's an interesting one, I thought. And this will give me some of the background that I need for some of the work that I want to do. There's another one there. Just take these through. You'll see what I'm trying to do with these in a second. It's really what we've got in Casedo is a tool to bring together all of your ideas into a single space, and then you can mark them up as you see fit in order to help you with your research and analysis. It came originally from and is being used by barristers and other lawyers, but there is a great case for using it in all sorts of other ways and means. So I just need to get over here. Okay, so I've downloaded my financials there. I want to just go to Google. And I'm just going to do a search here, because I want to see if this lithium is worth it. So let's look best. Stocks. Buy now. Let's have a look. Go down here. Yeah, Forbes is a good one. Look at Forbes. Got 3 stocks here. Okay. If I can get rid of some of their advertising, would be good. And they've got Siddharth, I can't pronounce it, and Livent, and if I get a Piedmont here, I can see that it's a fairly new stock. Okay, I think I want to look a little bit more about them and some proper research. So what I'm going to do is go to my Hargreaves Lansdown account, with some actual numbers. I don't need to log in for this because it's all there. So I'm going to just search, what's the name of it? Piedmont. Here we are. Okay, so it's up today, by the looks of it. So I'm going to scroll in here. I'm just going to save this one as a PDF as well. You'll see what I'm doing in a minute. Download that. It goes in the same folder. I'm just going to call it Piedmont then, I guess. Save that. And I'll do the same while I'm here with the other two stocks that were in the Forbes article, which look quite interesting. Livent. I will just download that. Well, they've been up marginally today as well. Just download that for PDF. You can see I'm starting to get some documents together here, and there's one more here, which I am copying and pasting because I don't think I can pronounce it. Go back to Hargreaves Lansdown on that tab and come up to here again. Hargreaves Lansdown, even if you're not a member, have some good research. Oh, okay, that hasn't come up. Maybe that's not there. Ah, that looks like it. How's that looking? Yeah, up again too. Okay, so scroll down to the bottom, save this PDF. Bang. So I've now got a folder full, I think. Let's have a look. Right over here. This is my folder here. I've got a folder for research here, and you can see here the folders that I've put in. I haven't named them actually. There's an annual report I found earlier, and actually an email from a friend who sent me some research on lithium that I'm going to incorporate all into this folder so I can bring everything together into one space. So let me just show you Casedo. So this I opened up earlier is an empty Casedo folder. It looks a bit sort of scarily void at the moment, but what we do, it's a single workspace in which I can bring together a load of documents. So here I'm just going to import the files I've got. If I go to the lithium research file, I'm going to select them all. I'm not, for the time being, going to select these two. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Not that one. I've got ahead of myself. Hang on, I'm going to have another go. That's it. So these are the documents here that I brought in. You can see them all there. I'm going to add a folder that's called New Research. These are all the new things I put in. I'm just going to dump them into this folder here. So what I want to do, and I guess you guys know more about this than I do, is to just build up a picture of something I might want to invest in, or at least an area, even if it's not specific. And this doesn't do charts and numbers, it just imports PDFs and emails and other case files and Word documents. But it'll help me bring up a picture. Now, if I show you this, you can see that the documents I just downloaded here. And actually, as I scroll down, they all look like they're a single PDF. So they're really good to scroll down. And I'm going to show you how we're going to use it. But I can just see over here that this document here has not got a name. So I'm just going to give it my event called, maybe give it an HL, so that I know that one came from Hargreaves Lansdown. Do the same with this one. This is, I can't even begin to pronounce it, I'm afraid. So I'm going to just copy and paste it, and hopefully it'll paste out well. Bingo. That's HL as well. Okay, so now we've got this folder, and actually there was another HL. This is Hargreaves Lansdown 2. Let's give it its full title where we can. Now, you can see it looks pretty basic at this point. We've just got some documents, and actually what I can do is I can mark them up in a variety of ways. But I just remember that all I also need to do is I've also got I've got another file I want to import, which is this annual report. I'm just going to import that one. I'm going to put that into my new research folder too. And if I have a look at this, I can just scroll down. I'm just going to turn on the pagination, so I know I've got the pages. You can see they've just popped up down here. I'm just going to go down because I know there's some numbers in here. Now this is very so it's numbers I want. The trouble is I can't read that one. So what I want to do is I just want to rotate this way so I can see it properly next time I come around to refresh it. That's good. I'll just do the same with, oh, just lost that. On this page here as well, page 20. So when I come back to it, I've got that done. Okay, so that's cool. Right, and then the other thing I've just remembered as well is I've got a friend of mine sent me an email, and I've exported it as an email file, and I can dump this straight into here as well. And Casedo has to read it. Can take a little bit of time to do. There we go. So I click on here. You can see this is the email from my friend Shazam, who knows I'm looking for this stuff. And what it's done, this email had attachments in it. And there's another article from EFT about Volkswagen, and another one. So she'd attached 3 articles for me in an email, and they've just imported them like this. So I'm just going to, again, bung that in the folder up there. So that's all my new research. Now, I started off some time ago doing this research before, and actually what I'd done is I'd done it in another Casedo case file, which you can see this one, my original case file. So I can just import that into here like this. And we've got the whole case file here, all marked up as it was before. So I'm just going to put this in as it was. I'm going to put that up there. And I'm going to put this one up here like this. I don't need this as well. The unsorted one goes like that. And then I can just get rid of this because that doesn't do much. So what we've got down here is, you can see it's starting to build something here. We've got a desk space here, which we can use for files and folders that I haven't got anywhere for at the moment. And then I've started to build an index of pages up here. And I've got a whole stack of documents up here. And I've probably got enough now that I want to get cracking in making, in looking at the research that we've got and trying to make sense of all of these documents. When I've got the pagination toggle on down here, if I go to the bottom document, we can see we've got we're getting on for 900 pages of documents, all just shoved in here. And what I can do is I can just save this at any point, come out of it and go back in again. And if I want to make it look a bit more, to be able to navigate it a bit better, I can click on this button here down here, which will create a table of contents for me. It's struggling a bit at the moment. There it is, it's at the bottom. I can drag my table of contents up here, and I'll just refresh it. I got the top. Here we go. So this is the table of contents I've got for our document. So all the research is there, as you can see, all paginated away. Now, that's just the beginning with Casedo, because actually you've just got something plain. Now, I can do this in a file manager. It's very easy to do. I can do this in Acrobat. It's very easy to do. The beauty of Casedo is that I can move these around. They're totally movable. But then on top of that, you can see that I've imported bookmarks as well here. We've got these bookmarks. But what I want to do is show you how I would add other bookmarks as well. So I'm going to go back up to the top here. So we need, let's say, for example, let's go to page 6. Okay, I want to find out more of the live strategy. This is important. I can select that. Just going to copy that, and I'm going to stick a bookmark here. Just drag that down there like that. Put a bookmark in there. That's live strategy, right? That's the first thing I've done. And then as I read through here, if I go down to the next page, I need, this is interesting, the financial information on a business. Okay, I need to link that to another part of the document. So I'm going to just, this over here is a link, and you can see that it's put one end of the link there and it's left the other one hanging. Now, I found something earlier which I need to just find. Okay, so I need to go down to okay. So here we are. This is the folder that we just brought in, and there is something in here which I think is quite useful because I've read this earlier. Here we are. So this is quite important and linked to that. So I can just, if I just dump that in there like that, I've now got a link that takes me between the two. I want another, but the risk factors is another bookmark that's important because obviously I wasn't worried about risk. There's that. Okay, let's down page 16. I know that's page 16 because I've read this earlier, so I can go to page 16. This, here we are, his risk factors. I'm going to stick another bookmark in there and just call it risk factors. And you can see up here, if I go up you can see the bookmarks are starting to appear here. And if I want to, if this is super important, I can right click it and just give it a color. And I can do further those and color code any of these. In fact, I could color code risk factors, his risks down here as well, and color code risk factors down here too, so that I know that on my left-hand side, I've got risk factors in red. Now, if I go down to page 26, I know there's something important in there. So I'm just going to go to page 26, and there's important business down here with a little bit further. Okay, I was looking at this earlier. I've had a lawyer look at this for me, and I know. Oh, okay. No, there we are. There we are. I can just highlight that up there. Okay, so I can stick the highlights in there. It's important. And so this depends on our ability to attract and retain key personnel. You know, Add another highlight in there. Then we need more about risks, which is down on this side, I think. Page 31. This is the rest of it. I'll copy that. There we go. Okay, let's put up in that. So that's risk again. So I'm just going to give that a red one here. And then looking at some financial, I mean, let's say I've been looking at some financial data later. Pop down to page 47, and there's the financial statements there, and there's a link that's already been placed into that one there, as you can see. Okay, it's already been done. So what we can do down here as well is if I go down to the okay, yeah, that's interesting. So this is live event here, and I think what we've got here is we've got some live event stuff down here that we brought in, didn't we? So actually, yeah, that's that. So I'm gonna just move that. Oh, so we'll go up. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to put it there. So we've got the live event stuff in there, and that one sits in the corner. But what I'm going to do with this is you can see, if I was to export this and come down here, we've got page 92 and so on. I just want to put this in as some extra information that isn't going to be paginated. So what I can do here is I can actually remove it from the pagination. This document itself won't be paginated. There's a whole set of things that I can do with this, as you can see. And I've looked at these financials here. Then whilst Hargreaves Lansdown is really helpful, I can see at the top here that we've got some overview numbers, but really there's very little, isn't there? Very little. So while the chart and these numbers might be useful, that is of no use to me whatsoever. Oh, whoops, that's something else I didn't mean to do. And then if I come down here, I can see that this is useless too, and possibly the page above it as well. There's a bit in there, but this page here is no good at all to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete that single page. I'm going to just get it out so we don't really need that. So now we've got the 2 pages with Hargreaves Lands with the live event are both together in there. Okay. Oh, that's the second page of that. There's 2 pages of the financials. Let's get rid of that one then. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, just makes it more efficient. We can cut out any of the dead wood like that if you like. I think from here we go straight up to that first page. Yes, that's what we want. So deleted both those pages. So you can see that with that we started to bring together some of the links with the documents. I can move the documents around very simply. I can change the pagination on them. What I can also do, if I go down to here, there's the director's report, the Australian annual report down there. I go down to view. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I think it's down here. I'm looking for corporate stuff. Here we are. Yeah. So found something about a loss down here. I want to highlight that. I'm actually going to here. I can add in a comment as well, and to save time, I've just copied and pasting it, but I can just type out any sort of comment here about the people. So what I'm trying to do here is find out who the people are who are behind this company to make sense of that data. So I'm starting to build up a picture here of what I think about this as a sort of investment pack, if you like. Not for a specific company. It's not running all that really difficult financial data that you guys probably understand well, but it gives me a pack in which I can refer back to different documents and bring them all together. And if I want to, I can actually I can do a few other things as well with this, which is to bring them together and merge them together if I want to. So if I go down to the annual report again, that's it. I can actually, if I want to do that, I can split that off as a different document like that, because perhaps this part I actually wanted to move away down to another part, or just get rid of it completely. Didn't really actually want it in that sense. Okay. Okay. So that gives you an idea of what we've got in far as some of the functionalities here. There's a lot more that the lawyers have used in terms of export. We can export this to a PDF or document. We can merge and split folders and documents as well. And if we don't want to have any, if we're trying to ignore stuff or we don't know where to put it, we can just put it into a folder and leave it in this unsorted. And unlike other readers, if you like, if you want to consider this a reader, these folders, these documents are always here to add at some other point. New information comes in. You can always import. You can always import more as we go through. The tagging is a new feature, as is the import of the emails as well. But it'd be quite good, I guess, if we've got the live event stuff here, we can just, where we are, here we go. Just so we know what we're talking about, we can just color code this up like this. Okay. So that we can refer back to it another time. And what it does is Casedo will create the discrete, if I exit the application now, I come out of here, Casedo's just created a discrete case file, which is this one here. And so next time you open up, you want to open up all of your documents and research, you can do it all in a single place or share it with your friends. A lot of our users use them on Dropbox and so on. I've opened it up again. It's opened up in a separate window, obviously. Hopefully you can see that again, yeah. And so you can just, the beauty of it is you can just take off, start again, get back into it where you left off last time. You've got all those articles and you've got all those articles and bits of information there for you. I've actually finished much more quickly than I thought. I had a whole another set of links and so on to show you, but I think actually I've probably covered it pretty well so far. So I think I'm going to leave the share there and see if anybody actually has any questions at this point. So I hope that was useful, and I hope that was very helpful. And if anybody's got any questions, Serena, do you have any questions?
I don't think I have any questions at the minute. I was mostly just enjoying learning a little bit about lithium. But I don't think I have any questions as of right now. But you know, if people have questions, are they good to send them to me and then I can send them along?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sorry, that's moved a bit quicker than I thought. Yes, I was thinking about doing doing GameStop on this, but I thought that the events rather got ahead of us. But I thought I would do something a bit more esoteric, really. So.
I mean, I'm sure people will be happy to learn more about GameStop if you ever do decide that that's something that you want to make a video about.
Well, I'm not an investment guy. That's the thing. I don't know that. I know I think your members probably know a lot more than I do about this. So I'm working with a startup, and I think this is a useful tool that they could use at least for the first base of their research. I understand that it's not technical in itself and doesn't deal with numbers, but it's a good place to put together everything into one place, so they can get an idea, a feel for what they're doing.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Personally, the first internship I ever did, I had to do a lot of working with like a million different annual reports and articles. And like I couldn't make heads or tails of how to organize myself to not lose track of where I found this particular, was this the 2017 report? Was that the Q3 slideshow from the investor?
Yeah.
It was really tough. So, I mean, at least personally, I think this is going to be really helpful to someone. So.
Well, it's good for that. It's interesting because it's come from a legal standpoint. But I mean, I one of the things I do is apart from my day job, is I'm a secretary of a mental health charity, and I use the application to put together meeting papers. So it's just a good place to put together any groups of documents that you've got that you need to use again in the future. I think that's the key, that it's kind of a live document. It's not like creating just a mega PDF which you can't move around. I think that's the point, really.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, personally, I can't be happier. I know I'll be using it for when I need to start looking through a million documents all over again. So thank you very much. I mean,
no, pleasure.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing any questions, but I mean, if there's anything else you want to leave people with?
No, not at all. I mean, it's free to sign up if you want to. If your members want to have a sign up just for a trial, they can have a sign up for free, and we're offering fintech members a hefty discount anyway, which they can find on our website, as you know. So, it's worth a look, I think. And I think for your documentation, for me, maybe a bit late in the exam cycle now, but for those who are earlier in their studies, it's a good place to put together papers and so on. It's essentially a digital folder. To put together their papers and things. So it's super useful, but it's one of those things that you don't necessarily think you need it until you've realized that you've used it. You don't know what you've been missing until you've had a go with it,
Hopefully people got a sense of that. And I mean, actually today is the last day of term 2, and now it's a month of break before exams start. So I think it's a perfect time for people to get stuck in and start putting together all of the millions of readings I'm sure those humanities students have to get through. I wouldn't know, I study maths, but I'm sure.
I was a humanities student once, so yes, I know exactly what you mean. And I don't even want to say what I was possibly the only person in my department who had a computer back in those days. So it's just a different place now. So.
Wow. I mean, it definitely is a different place. We love to see the sea of little apples in the lecture halls these days.
Yes, quite.
But yeah, so good luck, I suppose, to everyone who has exams. Hopefully,
absolutely.
Log into to get, to check out Casedo and see if that can help you in your exams. Hopefully it will. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure. Jim, anything else?
No, nothing else to add. Nothing else to add at all.
Great. Perfect. So thank you very much for having been here. And hopefully to everyone who's watching live or after the fact, this was something that you could get a lot of learning out of. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Goodbye.